Okay, so let me get this straight. The issue with the uptick of consumers for sets is not is because we are price sensitive, right? That's the common thought that Hasbro has. So I get this email from the game store I usually purchase from. Lord of the Rings, obviously, set boosters, $300. Obviously, they do the whole shtick. This is the recommended price, but we're selling it to this, so it's such a discount. But obviously, everywhere's going to handle it for about $300 Australian, by the way. Then I keep scrolling, and what the F is this? Collector booster box for Lord of the Rings. One box is $670. I thought, this can't be right? Usually I can get collector booster boxes for 300 Australian, and for reference, what 300 Australian is $200 US. So it's about right. If you minus tax and everything, because obviously in Australia our tax is a flat 10% fee. We don't have varying tax depending on which state you're in, so it's a lot easier to work things out. Plus, it's beforehand, not after purchase. So advertised price is tax inclusive. So generally speaking, it's very competitive to American prices. In fact, on a lot of things, I can almost find them cheaper in Australia. And then I see this email, Lord of the Rings, almost $700. So what is that in US? It was what, $670. So it's $440. Round it, say $450. $450 US for a collector box of Lord of the Rings. 12 packs, one box. That's ridiculous. And honestly, this video that I was going to harp on all the pricing was centered around Commander Masters, and then I saw this, because Commander Masters, which is down... Yeah, right. Yeah, there we go, Commander Masters. Obviously, the collector booster box, $315. So it's still up from Double Masters, because again, this is a 4-pack box, not a 12-pack box. It's ridiculous. And then set booster, $600, and draft, $420. Both, or all three, just absolutely ridiculous. You're expecting me to pay this much for cardboard at this point. Again, for reference, I'll keep going back to Flesh and Blood because I am all on the bandwagon. For this price, I can grab a case of Flesh and Blood. So I can grab 4 boxes of 24 booster packs instead of one 24 box of draft. Yeah, you're spending, say you have 4 people. It's what, 3 packs per draft, so it's 12, so you get 2 drafts out of it, and everyone's forking out $100. $100 for a game night. That is absurd to me. And just for comparison's sake, on Good Games, this is another store that I use here in Australia. Those are the two my two go-tos. Gameology, which again, nothing to them. They're usually fairly reasonable in terms of pricing. They stick, to the market, not so much the retail market, I should say. They usually have their finger on the pulse in terms of the secondary market and are very competitive in terms of pricing. Same with Good Games. They handle a lot of singles here in Australia, and they generally price products similar. So like, for instance, Phyrexia All-Be-One is $149 Australian, still in stock, so I could grab some if I wanted. I don't want Touch Magic. What would that be? $149 is currently $99, whereas TCG Player, what's the lowest listing? The last sale was $124. So, in fact, I could get them cheaper here in Australia than I could off the secondary market, which is, saying something, because everyone is really gunning for these complete bundles, I believe. But yeah, so I just wanted to double check things. Commander Masters, $320, so that's around the same range. Gameology is actually cheaper. That's normally to be expected for a lot of things. And then, yeah. Set booster box, approaching $600 Australian. Draft box approaching $430. So for reference, $430 is almost $300 for a 24, not 36 pack box of Commander Masters Draft at the current time. And they're going to go up because this is probably one of the most wanted products of the year, since Commander is by large the current format, and from everything they're showcasing, the reprints are going to be pretty good. It's just absurd. And then I honestly, Lord of the Rings has me dumbfounded. The collector booster boxes, yep, 6 $689 Australian dollars, or 450 US for a collector box. Please tell me it's still 12 packs. If this was 12 packs. And you still get the normal breakdown right. So you get 5 to 7 rare or higher, 8 to 10, blah, blah, blah. Who cares at this point? That's just absurd. You know, you could go back and you could buy cases. In fact, you could probably still buy cases of older sets for this price. It's absurd. I hope Hogan, right, is getting a good chunk of cash from this product for the royalty rights. May include serialized ring card, not serialized cards, serialized ring cards. That's an important thing to note. So there is only one set, and obviously it's the one ring. Oh my god, this is getting out of hand. And what's the Hasbro? They still think we're the problem. If honestly, anyone who's still buying at this point to sit on for whatever reason, I don't know what you're thinking. At these price points, the way they are handling the secondary market and reprints, I cannot see any of these products maintaining this absurd expected value. It's just ridiculous to me. Lord of the Rings by far. I mean, nothing else has gone up drastically. I mean, everything has gone up, but none has gone up drastically compared to the collector booster box at $700 roughly for 12 packs. I remember when, $30 and we were all complaining this is double. I mean, it's gone up worse than fuel from all sorts of things. And then you've got the atrocious Jumpstart, the 4th tag-along booster box. Gift bundle, I assume, is one collector. It looks like the ring bundle has some text on it too. Right, you get one collector and 8 packs. And then what's on here? What's your gimmick? You get now with 8. Now with 8. They have less? I feel like they had more. I feel like it was more sets. Booster packs, wasn't it? Or, no, it was more draft and then they swapped to sets. Why, oh god. What are they doing to this game? For reference, Outsiders. You can pick up a case for $4.75 Australian, you can pick up 2 cases for $9.40. Let's see, $9.40 is 620. I need a calculator. 620 divided by 8. 620 divided by 8, you can get a booster box for $77. Compared to this. What about Might on the Machine? Because this is the next set. It's still high, but it's not as ridiculous as the Lord of the Rings stuff. I mean, this is probably the most telling thing. They're offering cases of collector booster packs for pre-order. They usually do it for most sets. They're not for Commander Master, because I assume, well, either they don't know their quantities yet, or the pricing is just ridiculous. Because, I mean, what? You're going to have orders. I'll go and remove the tab. You're going to have orders for a case of Lord of the Rings for, what? $5,000 for a case. $5,000 for a case. $1,000, I can get 2 cases of Flesh and Blood. One to sit on, one to open. Or 12 packs. 12 packs where the majority of it is normal foiled garbage that is the new bulk. And then half of it is worthless, overprinted, not really special foils. And then maybe 1 or 2 cards of value that will be worthless in a year. That's my outlook towards this. Just seeing this email was just gobsmacking. Just this advertised price. I'm not even looking on the right one. There we go. I got to see. Let's see. MTG Lord of the Rings collector price. There's got to be something. Because there's got to be other people. Shut up, local. Well, there you go. This is about sets, it looks like. Shop at my local game store, blah blah blah, for collect boost box, and it comes out to around $4.50 US. Decidedly not cheap. What's the has never been about bargains. Yes, but they were competitive to the TCG market. Now they're just redundantly this luxury crap. Can't afford this, said grinning, blah blah blah. Thankfully we can discuss the existence of proxies now, thank god. Still there is no way. The Lord of the Rings heads that are going to be going crazy over this. Yeah, I can't imagine this attracting someone to join MTG community. Like, there is far better memorabilia for Lord of the Rings than cards, than a card game that you might not be really interested in learning to play. I can't imagine this being a strong selling point. Wow. I've said before, I initially wanted to just do master sets. That was my guilty pleasure for Magic. And now I honestly gotta say, no, this is beyond beyond. Like, I was contemplating picking up, you know, 1 or 2 bundles to open because of the reception they've gotten, and this is, you know, fairly cheap, but no. Doesn't matter how good the cards in the set are, at the pricing and the way they handle reprints and card lists, and heck, special treatments, because special treatment is just this garbage mishmash of something new every set, and then washing it down in the next one with something else new. It's just ridiculous. They had, you know, they could have had such a strong year, and they've just gone downhill after Magic 30. They just keep doubling down is the issue. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to really say. I mean, it's basically just me harping on. You know what else? One Piece. One Piece is actually pretty interesting. 288. 170 for a box. These have gone up a bit higher than what I was expecting. Flesh and Blood is still entry level, the cheapest. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper in the US too, right? Because they've got a really hefty discount program. And then Pokemon still sits at $200, but Pokemon's 36 as well, right? Like, honestly, you treat it like a supermarket, like most products. Yes, it's slightly different, but you still want to remain competitive in terms of pricing. I mean, everyone's generally doing the same cost structure. In fact, I would say Magic, aside from Pokemon, have the cheapest cost requirements for printing. Yet their margins are ahead of everyone else in terms of pricing. It's ridiculous. 4 packs, why?